Welcome to Francis Marion University for today's Conference Carolinas Tilt. This is the matchup between the visiting North Greenville women's basketball squad and the host, Francis Marion University. Two teams coming in on different sides of the ball. For FMU, they are coming in losing 3 of the last 4, including a nail-biter to Chowan University, 75-73 earlier this week. FMU had relinquished a significant lead. Credit to Chowan for the comeback on that with their fast break action. As for North Greenville, kind of a flip of the script there, coming in victorious in 3 of their last 4, defeating Southern Wesleyan, defeating, as aforementioned, Chowan, and also Erskine College, falling only to Barton College by a significant score. Barton College getting votes in the NCAA Southeast Region poll. So for the Patriots, trying to get off of that little bit of a slide there, and to do it, they're going to do it on the heels of 2 very long, tall scorers in that of Lauren Taylor and Zaria Woods. Lauren Taylor averaging 16.2 a game. Zaria Woods right behind her with 12.3. FMU is 10-8 in the conference. For North Greenville, it's going to be Haley Luttrell. Haley Luttrell really leading the way for North Greenville. She has 13.9 points on average on the season. She is second on the squad in assists. Look for the rebounding effort of Talisha Walker to come into play here. Talisha Walker, she has 8.7 rebounds per game for North Greenville women's basketball. So we're just about ready to get started here, and we are going to start by introducing the North Greenville Crusaders. Let's get the starters for North Greenville. It's going to be number 4, Haley Luttrell. She's a guard, senior from Deer Lodge, Tennessee. Number 10, Abby Oates, guard, sophomore, registered Georgia. Abby. Number 11, Jada Glass, guard, sophomore, Morgan, North Carolina product. Number 12, Talisha Walker, forward, sophomore from Locust Grove, Georgia. And again, look for her length underneath the glass to handle things as a rebounder, reaching at 6'2". And then the regional local fan favorite is number 15, Jakia Bell. She is the guard sophomore from Dillon, South Carolina. You could hear the cheers. Dillon, South Carolina, up I-95, only about 20 minutes from here. Coaches for North Greenville are Kelvin Long. He is the head coach, assisted by Lakeisha Gregory. Hope Glover and Coco Safira are the student managers for NGU Crusaders basketball. So we're going to get to Francis Marion University in just a moment here. You can see the excitement as the squad prepares for their entrance. And again, while those Patriots are coming in on a bit of a struggle, losing 3 of their last 4, a victory over the Crusaders today would really right the ship for them and would take them to 11-8 in the conference. Of course, that would take them to 12-9 overall. And again, for North Greenville, they're trying to maintain their momentum, winning 3 of the last 4. Talked a little bit about the leading scorers for the Patriots. Let's talk a little bit about rebounding. The same 2 players are going to be mentioned. 8.1 rebounds a game for Lauren Taylor. Zaria Woods, number 15, is going to lead the squad with 18.7 on the glass. Let's get the starters for Francis Marion University Patriots. Number 4, Scarlett Gilmore, guard from Rock Hill, South Carolina. Number 5, Jasmine May. She is a guard, senior from Sanford, North Carolina, transferring in from Oral Roberts University. The point guard, Anaya Oliver, number 11. She is a guard from Goose Creek, 5'5". Another guard coming in with some solid play of late, number 25, Kiana Lee, getting the start tonight. Guard, freshman from North Augusta, South Carolina. And lastly, the aforementioned center for the Patriots, number 32, Lauren Taylor. She stands at 6 foot tall from Blythewood, South Carolina. Head coach is Jerry Porter, assisted by Jeanette Walker. This is Jeanette Walker's second stint for Frances Marion. She had assisted the Patriots in the past, then stepped away, came back, and is returned on Jerry Porter's squad to assist the Frances Marion Patriots. So the Patriots changing things up today. They're going to play in their dark, dark blue jerseys. Meanwhile, it is North Greenville in the grays. And they are just about ready to tip off here. Looking forward to this exciting matchup. Two squads really trying to right the ship as far as the Patriots getting off of a streak, and Frances, and for North Greenville, the Crusaders trying to continue theirs. North Greenville on the tip, looking to fast break it. Instead, some control. They'll take it to the point. Slow action from Jada Glass to get things going. Also, Haley Luttrell. Now she's going to drive into the paint, kick it out for a tray. Good start, good look by number 11 in Jada Glass, but she misses on the rim. The result is rebound to the Patriots. Scarlett Gilmore with her first three-point effort. A little bit of adrenaline to start out the game today. She goes with an air ball long over the rim, back in the hands of the Crusaders. Man defense is the word for the Patriots. Patriots trying to handle things very, very closely in the man-to-man defense, so no zone as of yet. How about the tray attempt for number 15, Jakia Bell? That ball goes off the glass, off the rim, and then out of bounds. So the Patriots will collect themselves. Both squads kind of in a bit of a sloppy start, settling for three-point attempts early on in this game. Also a man-to-man defense is that of the Crusaders. Scarlett Gilmore in the corner. She's going to go ahead and dribble along, really to the elbow, kick it over to Kiana Lee. Lee with two dribbles, another three-point stroke, another air ball for Gilmore. This time the rebound is good. Lauren Taylor for the first 2 points of the game. Calmly bringing up the ball is number 11, Jada Glass. She's going to handle much of the responsibility of the point guard duties today. She's going to pull up from just short of the free throw stripe. Fast break for the Patriots. Going up is Kiana Lee. It's going to be a foul. It's going to be a jump ball. Jakia Bell got in on Kiana Lee and held up that ball. So possession to the Patriots. Inbound nearly stolen by number 3, Jada Glass. Instead, the Patriots control themselves. Lauren Taylor, nice glass work underneath, and Jakia Bell is going to get called for the foul. So Jakia Bell with the foul. Lauren Taylor to the free throw stripe. Lauren Taylor, good for a 659 percentage on the season, but with that make, of course, up that percentage just a little bit. She makes the second. All 4 of the points credited to Lauren Taylor early on here in the first quarter, visiting North Greenville University Crusaders against the host, Frances Marion University Patriots. Working the ball underneath, kick it out, and it's going to be a foul on the floor. Possession to the Patriots. I didn't quite see the call there, folks, but I can tell you that that appears not to be a foul, but instead possession to the Patriots. So a turnover due to the ball going out of bounds or something of that sort. So back to the Patriots, and Jasmine May dribbling back to the rim. She's going to go ahead and kick it around to Kiana Lee. Kiana Lee called on the travel. She goes up and over on the glass. Palms up was the answer from Kiana Lee. She's uncertain why that was called, but I think it's easy to see. She dribbled her feet while taking extra steps to the rim. No basket, possession to the Crusaders. So Jakia Bell with another foul. So Bell is going to immediately come out of the game. Bell with a couple of quick fouls here early on in this game. Nia Oliver deftly dribbles easily around the defense of North Greenville, but then on the pass, the shot is not made. North Greenville is going to try to push it up to the half court. They do, to a wide open lefty stroke from the just entering Zaria Jenkins just into the game. She is a 6'1" guard / forward from Crystal River, Florida, transferring in from Eastern Florida State College. Scarlett Gilmore gets the ball stolen away. Haley Luttrell, though, is going to get the call, so they're going to call that the reach-in also had contact. So 3 quick falls against the Crusaders. Patriots are going to go ahead and inbound. So foul trouble early on for North Greenville. Got to credit the pressure of Frances Marion dribbling and attempting to drive, forcing North Greenville to reach in. No reach in on that one when Anaya Oliver up with the left hand knocks it down for a quick 2. So a quick start for the Patriots, up by 4, 6:42 to go in the first quarter. Good quick crossover, trying to free up some space. And sure enough, Talisha Walker creates her own space, knocks down the stroke from the free throw line. 2 points for her. Slip it underneath to Lauren Taylor. Lauren Taylor with good balance and nearly knocks down the lay-in. I like the passing underneath to Lauren Taylor. It's clear what the Patriots are trying to do. They're trying to feed the physical presence of Lauren Taylor underneath the rim. She has had several attempts for the Patriots, and in fact, she has already taken 4 of the Patriots' 7 attempts today. 3-point opportunity for number 23, Zaria Jenkins. Rebound to the Patriots. Now Oliver brings it up. Kiana Lee slips it underneath to Lauren Taylor again. Good passing lanes are available to get that ball to Lauren Taylor. So until North Greenville can slow that ball from going down underneath, getting into the passing lane to get to Lauren Taylor, you're going to see Lauren Taylor continue to get fed. Another attempt from the free throw line of sorts. Talisha Walker is being allowed to take that shot. Foul to Haley Luttrell, and we're going to get a timeout. Pardon me. We're going to get a couple of substitutions out on the floor. But see, North Greenville already looking like they are in foul trouble. 2 fouls for Jakaya Bell, and then also 2 now for Luttrell. So 4 fouls against North Greenville could spell trouble for the Crusaders with opportunities to shoot free throws if one more foul is obtained. In the game for the Patriots, number 20, Jada Richards. She brings a nice 3-point threat to the floor. She will get hot at a moment's notice. So it's going to be a reach-in touch foul against number 33, Sarah Klein. Sarah Klein's frustrated about that call, so now this is where we want to see some adjustments on the North Greenville side. Some fouls have gone against them. Sarah Klein's a little frustrated. Already 5 fouls against North Greenville, so we'll have to see if they can shore things up and not reach in as much when defending the Patriots offense. Klein still very, very frustrated, walking things off here as Scarlett Gilmore knocked down her first free throw attempt. Make them both for Scarlett Gilmore. So with 5 to go, Patriots lead 10-4. 5 to go in the first quarter. Steal from Jada Richards. She does not have numbers there. North Greenville's already back, but great steal by Jada Richards to get that possession. How about that 3-point opportunity? In and out. I think that stroke was just about right for her. So instead, North Greenville's going to drive. They're going to press the subject just a little bit. Good on them. They now have the half court and in good position. Missed by Talisha Walker. Rebound of the Patriots. And I love that lay-in attempt. Great pass from Kiana Lee down to Jasmine Stanley. Stanley couldn't get the handles enough to put up a quality shot. She'd like to have the and one here. Instead, she's going to get 2 free throws. Zaria Jenkins, we're going to get the media timeout. Thanks again for joining us on the FM Patriot Network. The Patriots lead 10-4. We'll have free throws when we come back.
This is Conference Carolinas.
Welcome back to the Smith University Center, where the Crusaders find themselves down 10-4 to the Patriots, but the score isn't really the story. The story is the personal fouls. Already 6 personal fouls against North Greenville. 2. Let's tally up those fouls. It's hard to count them up this early in the game, but 2 fouls against Jakaya Bell, number 15. 2 against Haley Luttrell. 1 each against Jenkins and Klein. That accounts for the 6 fouls against NGU here. So bonus time for the Patriots with 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go. We're going to get 2 free throw opportunities for Jasmine Stanley. Francis Marion men's and women's basketball teams will be back in action tomorrow as they host Converse University. The women's game will tip off at 2 p.m., followed by the men's game at 4. Jasmine Stanley, 2 for 2 on that free throw opportunity, taking advantage of the fouls coming from the Crusaders. So great work from the Crusaders now to work their way back under the rim. Rebound to Richards. Patriots are going to go ahead and run, but that pass from Richards, kind of a mile off there, just kind of lacking the control. She wanted to slip it, shoot it up and over the NGU defense to a Scarlett Gilmore, who was really running and chasing, hoping for that rebound, but that pass was errant, so the Crusaders are going to take over. Oh, good block by Jasmine Stanley, and it's a good thing she did step in. Jada Glass was driving the lane with no sight of any defender anywhere nearby, so good work by Jasmine Stanley to step in and get the block. Another block defense. That's going to be Jada Richards pushing away the pass attempt. Some subs back in for the Patriots. Lauren Taylor, number 32, and Janiyah Haygood making her first entry into the game. Haygood, number 21, the guard from Greenville, South Carolina. She's a product of J.L. Mann High School. Oh, triple teaming underneath, and it is going to be a foul against those Patriots. So Patriots were really trying to go up against the number 25, Tabitha Littlefield, but Tabitha Littlefield drew that foul against the Patriots. So first foul of the game charged against the Patriots. That's going to be against Jada Richards. Driving the lane with a lefty attempt at the lay-in is Zaria Jenkins. Jenkins with the miss there, boy. That's a ball she would like to have back. Patriots lead 12-4, 3:39 to go in the first quarter. 5 fouls already against North Greenville. So with North Greenville standing back, trying not to draw another foul, slip it underneath to Lauren Taylor. She knocks down the easy lay-in. Taylor already with 6 points on the day. Pardon me, make that 8. Sarah Klein underneath the number 25, Tabitha Littlefield. She turns around. So misses galore for North Greenville. If North Greenville can start making a few of these, they can get their way back into it. But they have missed a few quality opportunities. Trying to get that ball underneath to Jasmine Stanley. An errant pass from Janiyah Haygood tips off the fingers of Stanley and out of bounds. Back in the game for North Greenville, Talisha Walker. Good defense by Jada Richards, pressuring the point guard, Jada Glass here. Glass is going to step back and throw up a three-pointer to no avail. Rebound to Lauren Taylor. More fast break to an awaiting Jasmine Stanley. Love that pass to an awaiting Lauren Taylor. I like that effort to go with the fast break. So we're going to get a timeout, 30-second timeout for North Greenville. Patriots well in control, 16-4 here. Another strong start for the Patriots. Patriots have been known for their strong starts. However, they have seemed to have struggled late in the third quarter and in parts of the fourth quarter, allowing some teams to get back into competition and compete even for a victory. So we'll see what the Patriots can do with this 12-point lead. We'll see if they can extend that just a little bit and continue to, instead of being comfortable, continue to put that pressure on North Greenville. The success has really been under the rim. The outside shooting of the Patriots has been virtually non-existent. A couple of attempts have gone awry. Most of the scoring has been from underneath the rim, both in the half-court possession and also on the fast break. Good rebound by Klein. This time it's going to be a foul on the reach-in. That's going to be a foul against number 20, Jada Richards. So Richards reaching in to try to get the ball back from Sarah Klein. Sarah Klein making some nice effort to go get the ball off of the rebound, but then the reach-in results in the foul against the Patriots. So Richards will sit down with 2 fouls here. We're still in the first quarter, so 2 fouls in the first spells trouble for Jada Richards, and also the foul trouble that's pretty evident on the side of North Greenville. North Greenville on the fast break. Coming all the way in is number 23, Zaria Jenkins. She kicks it back to number 22, Morgan Vulpes, who has come into the game. 3-point stroke for her is good. She is a guard, sophomore from Cary, North Carolina. Anaya Oliver now is going to slow things down in the half-court offense. Janiyah Haygood looking for a shot, can't get it. Kick it over to Lauren Taylor. Taylor's going to shoot the baseline mid-distance. Count another make for Lauren Taylor. So Lauren Taylor really lighting up that scoreboard. Taylor already with 10. Kiana Lee is going to get the steal, drive it, and she can't quite make the layup, but I like her effort to go ahead and take the ball back to the rim. This time, it's good. So she follows her own shot. Nice effort by Kiana Lee to follow her own shot, misses the first lay-in, goes and gets it, then drives around again to knock it down. Excellent effort by Kiana Lee. And the Kiana Lee fans and faithful very excited to see that effort from number 25. Another miss on the 3-point stroke is North Greenville trying to get into it with the 3-point bonus shot. Instead, underneath is the Patriots. Jasmine Stanley's going to knock it down. So North Greenville really has no answer for the inside underneath paint play of the Patriots here in the first quarter. Steal by the Patriots. Patriots are going to get one more possession here. 24 seconds to go on the clock and the first quarter. No need to milk the clock. Instead, Lauren Taylor's underneath. She's going to shoulder up, create a little space of her own, and she does so and knocks it down. So 11 seconds to go. Make it 10 seconds. So Klein was a little bit disoriented, wasting time, and the result is a short possession here for North Greenville. And no shot is made or attempt, so good defense on the side of North Greenville. So after one quarter, the Patriots hold a commanding 24-7 lead. Welcome back to the Smith University Center. We've completed one quarter of the women's basketball game. This is Conference Carolina's action with the visiting North Greenville University Crusaders in a big hole after one quarter. The Patriots have a 24-7 lead. You want to talk about stacking the stat book. How about the total scoring for the Patriots? Lauren Taylor on 5 for 9 shooting. She's already got 12 points on the day. Count another 6 for Jasmine Stanley getting work done underneath the rim. And the other story of the game has been foul trouble on the side of North Greenville. So North Greenville will get their fouls in a minute. North Greenville with 6 fouls against already in one quarter. The Patriots were in the bonus for nearly 4 minutes of that fourth quarter. So we're back in action. Patriots with a big lead. North Greenville trying to answer with a ball underneath. They cannot do so. So fast break for the Patriots. Jasmine May drives it to the rim, then kicks it over to Kiana Lee. Lauren Taylor gets the ball stolen from her. Good work from the Crusaders to continue to put pressure on from underneath the rim. How about a three-point attempt from Haley Luttrell? She was a little out of balance, kind of an errant shot. How about wide open opportunity for Lauren Taylor? Lauren Taylor a little slow to get that ball up to the rim. Instead, she gets fouled. It's going to be a 2 free throw opportunity for the Patriots. Meanwhile, Zaria Jenkins charged with the foul on that one. Jakaya Bell back into the game. She is a Dillon, South Carolina product, so she resides only no better than maybe 20, 30 minutes up the road here on I-95, and instead she was plucked away by North Greenville, deciding to play a little bit further away than FMU. She has a fan base here that has traveled nicely, and you can hear them cheering for her quite kindly for Jakira Bell so far today. Jakaya. Three-point shot from Tabitha Littlefield is good. And scratch that with the toe on the line. We're going to go two-pointer for Littlefield. How about a three-point attempt for Kiana Lee? That ball goes awry. I think the Patriots just need to continue to work that ball underneath. There's no need to work that three-point stroke when the Patriots have had great success getting the ball underneath to Lauren Taylor and also Jasmine Stanley. In the meantime, talk about taking a chapter out of the book I just described. How about Jakaya Bell underneath the rim? Count it with the lefty leg. Patriots back in their half-court possession. Scarlett Gilmore in the corner. She picks up her dribble. Skip pass over to Malia Owens. Owens is going to give the ball up on a steal by Haley Luttrell. Good work by Luttrell to make the steal against Malia Owens. Three-point attempt. This time the tray is good. Jakaya Bell again striking. So Jakaya Bell feeling nice and comfortable here in the Smith University Center. Francis Marion still leads by 11. They led by as many as 17 in the first half. Fast break opportunity for North Greenville. We'll see if they can take advantage. And instead, the foul by Jasmine May. So a couple of misses by North Greenville. The result is the foul to Jasmine May. It's about all she could do to slow things up there underneath the rim. Anaya Oliver back in the game. Also back in the game, Jasmine Stanley. Stanley with 6 points in the first quarter, 13 for Lauren Taylor. So the Bigs with 19 of the Patriots' 25 points so far today. Count the second free throw for Jada Glass. Patriots are going to go ahead and get into their half-court offense. Jasmine Stanley thinks about the three-pointer, but then thinks against it. Instead, driving the lane is Scarlett Gilmore. Rebound to Lauren Taylor. And then the rebound by Jakaya Bell. Good work by Bell to continue to work, get that defensive rebound. Now underneath. And I like the find by number 4, Haley Luttrell. She slips it underneath to Tabitha Littlefield. Littlefield is fouled. So Littlefield is going to get 2 attempts. Lauren Taylor with the foul. It's going to be a timeout for the Patriots. So a quality run by North Greenville. North Greenville has put up 8 points. The Patriots won since the quarter elapsed, the first quarter. So we're going to get timeout on the floor. Patriots still with a 25-15 lead.
The Swanfox Club is the fundraising arm of the Francis Marion University Athletic Department, and it supplies assistance to all 14 intercollegiate sports. On behalf of the student athletes at Francis Marion, I would like to thank all those who are members of the Swanfox Club for their support.
Thank you.
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 So the media timeout, with the Patriots calling timeout, it is an 8-1 Crusaders run out of the break. And the end of the first quarter, it was 24-7. So an 8-1 run since then has put the Crusaders within reaching distance and hoping to close the gap to single digits. That with the opportunity for free throws by Tabitha Littlefield. Now, she earned those free throws based on a great pass from Haley Luttrell. Luttrell slipped the ball underneath. Luttrell was already at the baseline, nearly under the rim. Didn't have a whole lot of room. She made a quality pass to an open Tabitha Littlefield, who nearly made the lay-in. Instead, she gets 2 free throws, knocks them both down. Knocks down the second, and North Greenville's within striking distance, now within single digits. They were behind by double digits for quite a while in that first quarter. 7:13 to go, FMU 25, North Greenville 16. 3-point stroke from number 5, Jasmine May is no good. Rebound to the Crusaders. Fast break for the Crusaders, so we're going to see what that generates. Anicia Malone trying to get the fast break to work. Instead, some quality passing. How about Jakia Bell for another bucket? So Jakia Bell really making her presence known out on the floor. Bell, normally a 6.7 points per game. Bell already has 7. Scarlett Gilmore looks at the three-pointer, thinks against it, instead passes to Lauren Taylor. Taylor misses. Jasmine Stanley with the rebound. Lauren Taylor rebounds her. And they're going to say foul on the floor. So I like the work from Taylor and Jasmine Stanley. Just playing give and take. A rebound drill of sorts, but I think both of them are a little frustrated that neither of their strokes went down. So the Patriots will have possession when we come out of this substitution. And, of course, the foul, that against Tabitha Littlefield. So Littlefield takes a seat. Inbound is for the Patriots. Inbound to Jasmine Stanley. Scarlett Gilmore handles things. A bit of a slower approach for the Patriots, waiting to get their seam, trying to get the ball underneath. Right now, no one hanging out underneath. Patriots are going to rely on a three-point shot instead from Lauren Taylor. Pass is batted away. Nice work by North Greenville, getting in a few passing lanes, playing a bit of prevent. If the Patriots are going to pass it around and try for perimeter shots, I think that North Greenville can defend those nicely. Okay, love the effort from Anicia Malone. Malone drives in and takes the jump shot. And it's going to be a foul against Scarlett Gilmore. There was momentum from Anicia Malone coming in, but Gilmore bumped into her, and correctly so, the foul is called. 2 shots is the result. North Greenville slowly chipping it away at what was a significant lead. In fact, in the first quarter, the Patriots had a 24-7 lead. North Greenville has responded with an 11-1 answer here in the second quarter. We're 5:56 to go in that second quarter. North Greenville now within 5. Patriots are going to try to camp out underneath, and you've got Lauren Taylor trying to get some free space, but this time North Greenville's paying closer attention to her. Also entering in the game is Kiana Bryant, the forward, helping out in the paint. Bryant's got the ball. She's going to move it over to Lauren Taylor. 5 on the shot clock. Let's see if they can get a shot off. Euro step from Gilmore. Gilmore goes to the glass, knocks down the lay-in. She's hoping for the and one. She won't get the call. However, I like that work from Gilmore to dribble and balance her way in. And you can see the consult right now between the official and head coach Jerry Porter. Jerry Porter likely asking for why that was not called a foul. North Greenville's going to get the three-point opportunity. 3 players underneath the glass waiting to get things started. Lauren Taylor makes the rebound. Nia Oliver to Lauren Taylor. 3-point stroke from Kiana Lee. All 3 of these for Kiana Lee. Kiana Lee with a fantastic start to this game. Lee getting the start today, hasn't had a start in quite a while. Lee now with 5 points on the day, including that awesome 3-point shot just a moment ago. So I'm uncertain what the call is going to be here. I think that the call is actually a held ball. It's a 5 seconds. So that is going to be possession to the Patriots. So are we going to replay it? Nope. So they're going to decide to call away that blown whistle and give another shot at the inbound. North Greenville gets another shot at it. Zaria Jenkins will inbound, and I think this time they will do it as cleanly as possible. Inbound to Morgan Vulpes. Vulpes knocked down a tray earlier in this game. North Greenville looking for a shot. Good defense by the Patriots, but an even better shot, that by Zaria Jenkins knocking down the three. And a steal, another steal by Zaria Jenkins. Jenkins can handle the ball nicely too. I like that for that lengthy player. She's got some good handles. How about another three? Haley Luttrell. So North Greenville is just storming back. Okay, so they're going to say that her toe was on the line. That's going to be a 2-point stroke. North Greenville within 6. Anaya Oliver is going to travel there. She received the pass. She juggled her feet just a little bit before taking off for the rim. She saw wide open spaces to get to the rim, but when she saw that, I think she got a little excited with her feet. Jasmine Stanley going to come into the game for the Patriots. She's going to provide some nice defense. Crusaders Vulpes brings the ball up. She's bringing it up calmly. She motions over to Zaria Jenkins, but then passes otherwise to Talisha Walker, trying to get that ball underneath. Haley Luttrell gets the ball, but she does put her foot on the baseline, steps out of bounds. Another, I wouldn't call it an unforced turnover. I like the effort from the Crusaders to try to work that ball underneath, but a little bit too much momentum from Luttrell off of that pass. Puts her feet on the baseline. Possession of the Patriots. Scarlett Gilmore up at the point. 2-guard for the Patriots. Handling the ball nicely. She'll go back to Oliver. Strong man-to-man defense on the side of North Greenville. Anaya Oliver's just going to take it herself. She drives out of balance going to the rim. She's trying to draw the foul, but to no avail. I think that was inconsequential contact by both. Haley Luttrell, meanwhile, on the fast break, knocks it down. North Greenville within 4. Scarlett Gilmore handles the ball. Go to Jasmine Stanley. Stanley's going to slip it underneath on an over-the-top pass to Lauren Taylor. Taylor rims out. Rebound to the Crusaders. Vulpes on the run. Vulpes is going to take it to the hole, kick it out to Haley Luttrell. Luttrell with an air ball. Patriots regain possession. Gilmore now is going to push that pressure, push that ball. Easily stolen by Jada Glass. And it's going to be an easy lay-in for the Crusaders, Haley Luttrell. So the Patriots having a good time easily handling things in the first quarter with their paint work, with their work underneath the rim. North Greenville now has foiled that just a little bit, but the Patriots have kind of changed their game plan. They don't have players working their way underneath the paint. You can see Lauren Taylor way out at the three-point circle. Scarlett Gilmore is going to go for the three-pointer. Numbers on rebounds with only Jasmine Stanley there to help. The result is a defensive rebound on the side of the Crusaders. Crusaders have all the momentum here with 1:47 to go. Jump ball is the call. Possession to the Patriots. So the Patriots will get the ball back. And after the Patriots led 24-7 in the first quarter, North Greenville with the mirror image here in the second. 21-6 is their run here in the second quarter. So North Greenville starting to wake up after that trip in from Tigerville, South Carolina. So a foul to Zaria Jenkins. Anaya Oliver at the line with an opportunity for two. Knocks down the first. Oliver reasonably sure from the free throw line, hitting at a 768 clip from the charity stripe. She makes 2, so she ups that percentage nicely. Patriots with a 4-point lead, minute 36 to go in the second quarter. Back into the game, point guard number 21, Anicia Malone. Down underneath, there's going to be a foul on the floor. So Tabitha Littlefield with her back to the rim, tries to work her way in nicely, handles things getting in there, draws the foul from Lauren Taylor.
Substitution for the Patriots, number 13,
Keona Bryant coming into the game to give Lauren Taylor a spell. Make the mid-range jumper. Abby Oates with her first make of the day. Out to Scarlett Gilmore for a three-point shot. Scarlett Gilmore has been mostly cold, but she is a hot and cold three-point shooter. She makes 1. She could easily make 3 or 4 of the next 5 or 6 attempts. So look for her to get hot here late in the second and into the third. Good ball movement by North Greenville, trying to drive that rim. However, defense in the paint results in a solid rebound. Anaya Oliver tries to make the pass. She passes it to Jasmine Stanley. Stanley on her, working her way away from the paint, gets fouled. Kind of a unique foul. I wouldn't say away from the ball, but that one was definitely uncalled for. Not really necessary to have that foul called against, but they are not in the bonus yet, so good quality pressure from Littlefield. And a travel for the Patriots, so unforced errors have allowed, along with some strong play from the Crusaders, has allowed the Crusaders to close to within 2. They're looking to tie it or take the lead here with 35 seconds to go. Haley Luttrell is going to slow things down. 18 seconds to go on the clock. Driving down is Haley Luttrell. Still working her way around. Tabitha Littlefield takes it to the rim. Travel is the call, so it'll be possession to the Patriots. So the Patriots with the shot clock off, 23.9 seconds to go. Anaya Oliver will take the air out of the ball and work for the last shot. Let's see what the Patriots do with 2 players at the elbows. A little bit of ball movement here. Take it down to 11 seconds to go. Kiana Lee drives the lane, lays it in. Good work by Kiana Lee. That leaves a little time for the Crusaders. I think there was a little bit of a misunderstanding of the time. She had a lot of time left, but Anicia Moore throws up the teardrop 3, and the ball goes through the hoop with no time on the clock. Count it. A tray for North Greenville University. FMU leads by 1 after 2 quarters. So we're going to come back with about 5 minutes to go before the start. So it's a 15-minute break, and with 5 of those minutes, I'll come back, give you a bit of a recap of a back-and-forth first quarter where the Patriots took a commanding first quarter lead, gave it all back besides one in the second quarter, and a fantastic three-point buzzer beater from Anicia Malone finishes things off in the second quarter. After 2, Patriots lead 34-33.
The world is changing, and Marion University is leading the way as it prepares the young men and women for the future. We've added 5 new classroom buildings and 13 new academic programs in the past 6 years, and more are on the way. We're preparing to build a new environmental research center. We're expanding programs in engineering, business, education, healthcare, and the arts and sciences, and we're adding new fields when they're needed. When tomorrow comes, we'll be ready. Best of all, our students will too.
Let me paint you a picture. All of the graduates, all of the faculty, all of the administration, all of the Board of Trustees is decked out in their regalia. Their black robes, their hats, their gold tassels. It's just a most beautiful picture of a very formal kind of occasion. And here we march into the gymnasium, and the music is playing, and the gym is packed. And as we come in, and as you look up at all those people, you see families, huge families. You see not just mama and daddy and two brothers and a sister, but there's grandmama and granddaddy, there's the aunt and the uncle, there are the cousins, there are the next door neighbors. And you know why all those people are there? Because this is the very first one, the very first graduate. And I can guarantee you that when you go to that graduation, you leave with a tear in your eye, because it's so, so special.
The desire and the love to take care of people is something that you kind of have innate. You kind of just have that thing. But Frances Marion gave me the principles, and they taught me the core values. They taught me leadership qualities, and they've just been foundational and offered a family that I can keep going back to. So even though my personal biological family didn't go to a university, and I didn't really get any experience, wisdom from them for that, I gained a family that could tell me all about college and even the afterlife of college by coming to Frances Marion. And I'm not sure you would have that with, other universities. Throughout the nurse practitioner program, you're already a nurse, and you're a devoted nurse, and you don't want to just quit. And that was another thing I specifically picked this program, was because I was able to look at the curriculum and know that I could work. I even asked a couple of the professors, one being Dr. Hopla, before I started the program, and even she told me, yes, you can still work while you do this. And I did. I worked 40 hours a week, 5 days a week. Sometimes it had to be six days a week to get my 40 hours in, and I still did the nurse practitioner program. It wasn't easy, but nothing worth having is easy. Which the benefit of having classmates and professors that were both working and studying is, we would get worked up and worried about how would we ever do this. And then they would say, well, I can work these 2 12-hour shifts on the weekends and then have the week to study. Or a professor may say, well, you can get creative with your hours here. So you can tell that they've done this, that you can tell that they've gotten creative with their time as well. And then all of a sudden it doesn't feel like such a daunting task, because again, you gain wisdom from their experience.
Choosing a college isn't easy. There are lots of choices to make and so many variables to consider. How do you know when you've found just the right place? The right college will make you feel at home, and that begins with a sense of place. At Frances Marion University, we have a beautiful campus that's safe, well-maintained, and filled with smiling faces. It's the kind of place where you feel you belong. where you wake up in the morning and know that the day ahead will be one you'll savor and enjoy. Now, that doesn't mean life at FMU is easy. There will be challenges. Hard work is expected. We take our academics seriously. You should too. Earning one of our degrees is a real achievement. But some toil, some time invested in a difficult task, that's okay. That's how you grow, how you become someone. FMU is a comprehensive public university, and when it comes to academics, our students have a wide range of choices. We offer more than 75 majors and courses of study. Our professional schools in healthcare, engineering, business, and education are all well-known and respected across the state. At the same time, the arts and the sciences remain the core of what we do. They are the perfect foundation for a successful career and a meaningful life. Programs are important, and we'll continue to work to produce new curriculum that meets the needs of our changing world. But we also know that a great education is less about what is taught and more about who is doing the teaching. FMU's faculty is made up of distinguished scholars and renowned researchers. They're experts in their field and expert teachers too. They love the give and take of the classroom and revel in the progress their students make. In FMU's intimate academic environment, where small classes are the norm, you'll get to know a lot of these dedicated men and women. Some you will remember forever. The academic work and its rewards are why you are here. But there will be a time and place for play, too. We have more than 60 different student organizations and field teams in 14 NCAA sports. A robust schedule of extracurriculars is a big part of each semester. You'll find space here for rest and relaxation. You'll make new friends and build relationships that last a lifetime. And then, almost as quickly as it all began, it will be over. You will graduate and move on to a life and career full of promise. You'll leave memories behind. You'll leave FMU, but you'll be welcome back anytime. Home is like that, you know. Welcome home. Welcome to FMU.
Welcome back to the Smith University Center. We are at the half of the women's tilt Conference Carolinas action, where North Greenville Crusaders are visiting the Francis Marion University Patriots. And it sure was a back and forth first half. The Patriots opened up a commanding 24-7 lead, predominantly led by the bigs of the Patriots. Lots of scoring to be had by the Pats underneath, and the key scoring, especially in the first quarter and throughout, it's been Lauren Taylor, 13 points on the day. Jasmine Stanley kicked in 6, and then Kiana Lee with a three-pointer and a couple of other buckets to really round out the key scoring for the Patriots. Patriots in the first quarter, fantastic work underneath, but then North Greenville came back and handled things 26-10 in the second quarter. So in the second quarter, North Greenville with a 26-10 answer, including a fantastic shot to finish things off. Anicia Malone throws up the three-pointer. She was really almost at the half-court line, maybe a couple of steps past. Throws up a teardrop ball with perfect arc, splashing through the rim to draw the Crusaders to within one after the conclusion of the second quarter. First quarter, the key to the game really was foul trouble for North Greenville. Patriots were in the in the bonus for the last 4 minutes of the first quarter. Personal fouls will continue to compute as an issue for North Greenville. They're going to have to pay close attention. Jakaya Bell with 2 fouls against her. Haley Luttrell with 2 fouls. Count 3 fouls against number 23, Zaria Jenkins. Kick in 2 more fouls for number 25, Tabitha Littlefield. And I've just gone through a litany of players with 2 fouls against. So big problems on the side of North Greenville foul-wise. We'll have to see if Francis Marion gets back to their formula in the first quarter. In the first quarter, they were really driving the lane, drawing those fouls nicely. And the result was the Patriots with a solid lead in that first quarter. North Greenville responded with some fast break. North Greenville also handled some things very, very well. North Greenville handled things very, very well in that second quarter. And for North Greenville, really spread scoring opportunity. Jakaya Bell with 7 points leads the way. Haley Luttrell with 6. 5 for Malone. And several others with 3 and 4 points. So we'll have to see how the Patriots come out. It's my assessment of the situation that the Patriots really should come out going back underneath the rim. Lauren Taylor was barely to be stopped in that first quarter, especially she was in double digits when the first quarter concluded. Then mix in a little bit of Jasmine Stanley, who's been solid, and the result there is great, great work underneath the rim. North Greenville, again, really the spread, the fast-paced offense of North Greenville was really what did it, and it was really sparked with the tray of Morgan Vulpes. That's what finally got the scoring going for North Greenville. Then after that, they were on track, as I mentioned, a 26-10 quarter. So let's talk a little bit about some stats that you see on the screen, and you can see the field goal percentage for the Patriots came way down. Their numbers were very, very high in the first quarter. Second quarter, not so much. North Greenville had to up their numbers to get where they wanted to go. 3-pointers not too successful on the side of the Patriots. For the Patriots, only 1 for 8 from the 3-point arc. 3 for 10 is North Greenville. So we're just about ready to get to it, and Jakaya Bell is going to inbound the ball with North Greenville taking possession to get things started. Francis Marion with a 34-33 lead, getting started in the third quarter. Ball movement, working the ball underneath to North Greenville. North Greenville on the glass. Talisha Walker with the bucket. North Greenville with their first lead of the game. Jada Richards is going to take a 3-point shot. That ball goes up, bouncing up and around off the rim. Trying for the rebound. First rebound from Scarlett Gilmore, good. She rebounds again. A little bit of a slow pass there, nearly stolen by North Greenville. How about drive the lane? A nice bucket by Anaya Oliver driving the lane. But now we're going to get some fast break. Okay, it's not a fast break, but North Greenville's going to get into their half-court offense quickly with 20 seconds to go. They've got plenty of time to set up a play. And their play is a wide-open tray for Jakaya Bell. Bell misses, rebound to Lauren Taylor. Oh, slipping that ball underneath Anaya Oliver, trying to get crafty, passing underneath to Kiana Lee. However, that ball goes off the fingertips of Lee and also a defender on the Crusaders side. So that quick pass is defended by North Greenville. Possession stays with the Patriots. Now Oliver is going to dribble, use a little bit of forearm to create some space. And Kiana Lee is going to knock down the 3. All 3 of these for Kiana Lee. Good work by Lee to get open there in the corner. She'd been running and working hard both underneath the rim and on the perimeter. She does finally make it to the perimeter, creates her own space, and knocks it down. Jakaya Bell underneath the rim, so the North Greenville now answering each one of the Patriots' punches, punch for punch. Patriots are going to slow things down, a little bit of perimeter play here as Lauren Taylor slides down to the baseline tray for an opportunity. She's standing and awaiting a pass, trying to get open or be open or seen. Instead, Scarlett Gilmore puts the ball up. And a deflection still goes into the hands of North Greenville. Haley Luttrell takes care of it. She's shaking her head, saying, hey, I don't know how that pass still made it to me. It was tipped by a Francis Marion player, still got into her hands. She handles things with the lay-in. Shania Oliver back to the point, picks up her dribble, over to Jada Richards. Richards to the elbow play of Lauren Taylor. Three-pointer from Scarlett Gilmore, no good. Luttrell's going to bring things up. Underneath to Talisha Walker. Back to Jada Glass. North Greenville happy to slow things down and see their play set come to fruition. Now 10 seconds on the shot clock. Abby Oates handles the ball. Over to Jakia Bell. Bell is going to slip it underneath. Bell having a fantastic day for North Greenville. Lauren Taylor's going to work her way underneath, and that's what the Patriots need. Lauren Taylor is easily the most physical player out on the floor, so she can shoulder her way underneath with ease, and she does just that. Good work by Lauren Taylor to slip underneath for the score. Foul on the floor, so it's going to be possession back to North Greenville. Defending the inbound. North Greenville's going to work back underneath. And a little baby hook is good. Talisha Walker, no baby, with that strong move to the rim. Lauren Taylor's going to go with the three-point shot. Don't like them settling for that three. I think they can get their setup and get the ball underneath, so the Patriots changing their game plan. More fast break and the miss from Haley Luttrell. Luttrell missing an opportunity to knock down that fast break. North Greenville with a three-point lead here. We're at 6 minutes of the third quarter. That's going to be a foul.
Fouls on the Crusaders, number 12.
Talisha Walker now with the foul.
Substitution for the Patriots.
That's going to put Lauren Taylor on the line. Janiah Haygood into the game for the Patriots.
For the Patriots, number 32, Lauren Taylor.
Lauren Taylor hitting at a 6:59 clip. That front end make will aid that percentage nicely. She takes the most free throws on the squad, as would be expected with all of her work underneath. She makes them both, and we're still going to get a timeout on the side of the Patriots. Patriots down by one. 6:02 to go in the third quarter. Patriots trail the Crusaders 43-42.
This is Conference Carolinas.
The FMU softball team will be playing at Augusta University on Saturday at 1 o'clock before returning home to entertain Limestone University for a doubleheader on Sunday. First game starts at 1 p.m. at the FMU softball stadium in the Griffin Athletic Complex. FMU men's and women's tennis will host Lenoir Rhine University on Sunday at 2 p.m. at the Kasab courts. Congrats to FMU sophomore tennis player Liam Day. He was named this week's Conference Carolinas Men's Tennis Player of the Week. Earlier today, the FMU baseball team defeated Queens University of Charlotte 8-5, and we are awaiting the result of FMU's second baseball game of the day today. They are in the middle of their baseball game against the North Greenville Crusader men's baseball squad. Back in action. Great passing on the side of the Crusaders. However, I like the defense even better from Anaya Oliver. Diving players all over the floor. Kiana Lee finally keeps her head up and passes to Lauren Taylor. I can't say enough about the work by Lauren Taylor, by Kiana Lee. Kiana Lee on the floor looks up, and instead of scrambling and falling down, she slips the ball to Lauren Taylor, who takes the ball to the rim. Now, she is fouled. Entering in the game for NGU is number 22, Morgan Vulpes. So Lauren Taylor hit the deck pretty hard on that one. I don't think it was a hard or intentional foul. However, she did go down hard, and the result is a pause here in the action. So first quarter, the Patriots took a commanding 24-7 lead. Second quarter, North Greenville with a 26-10 answer of their own. Since then, North Greenville with a 2-point advantage here in the third quarter. So North Greenville 43-42, driving the lane is going to be Anaya Oliver. So Anaya Oliver sneaks her way down underneath. She's going to do it all on her own. She does so, and she's going to get the and one opportunity.
At the line for the Patriots, number 11, Anaya Oliver.
So Anaya Oliver saw just a little bit of a seam in the North Greenville defense. She outsped her defender and got through to the hole. Now how about the rebounding opportunity? So the rebound from Jada Richards on the free throw miss. Jada Richards gets the rebound and the putback. Count it for FMU, 46-43. Abby Oates handles the ball. She's going to get it underneath to Talisha Walker. Walker can't handle it. Patriots, the beneficiary of the turnover. Jada Richards with the three-pointer. All three of these. She is wide open for that stroke. Talisha Walker came over, but not in time. How about the stroke from Jada Richards? FMU now with a 49-43 lead. That's going to be a timeout, North Greenville. So how about the media timeout with the Patriots storming back here in the past moments? They lead 49-43. So the Patriots have come storming back with a quality scoring run. So North Greenville was coming back rather nicely. But 9 points unanswered from the Patriots results in a Patriot lead, 49-43. Possession back to North Greenville, and we finally got ourselves a bit of a competitive back and forth game. First quarter, all Patriots. Second quarter, all North Greenville. Now we've got both teams elevated, playing very strongly, and this is shaping up to be an excellent basketball game. 4:55 to go in the third. FMU with a 49-43 lead. Good perimeter passing by North Greenville. They're going to slip it underneath. Kick it back out to number 25, Tabitha Littlefield. Littlefield says that she was fouled, but no call on that one. Instead, a ball glances off the rim, out of bounds, possession to the Patriots. Working the ball underneath to Lauren Taylor. Lauren Taylor with a quick step. She knocks it down. The lefty lay-in. Fantastic work by her. So she hit the deck a little bit earlier, but she seems to have shaken that off. Good work by her. Lauren Taylor just having a fantastic day. 17 points on the day. Make it 19. Anaya Oliver now is going to handle things from the three-point arc. Moves it over to number 21, Janiyah Haygood. Wide open shot from Anaya Oliver, no good. Oliver's going to go back up, and instead, that one's a miss. Oh, but a mishandle. Oh, my goodness. An unfortunate bounce on the side of Zaria Jenkins. And Jenkins slaps her hands to the floor in dismay. She's disappointed that she corralled that rebound, but then mishandled it. The ball went out of bounds. Possession to the Patriots. A mistake on the pass results in a steal for North Greenville. Shoulder work on the side of North Greenville, and that's going to be a foul against the Patriots. Janiyah Haygood. At first, Haley Luttrell, from my view, thought that call might go against her. She was using a little bit of forearm just to defend herself against the defense of Janiyah Haygood, but Haley Luttrell did not push off with that elbow or that forearm. Therefore, the foul is going to be smartly called or correctly called against Haygood. So North Greenville picks up possession. Moving the ball. Trying to slip the ball underneath is Jada Glass, but there's no Crusader to be found there. Inbound to Francis Marion. Pass it to Jasmine Stanley. Underneath to Kiana Lee. Kiana Lee's going to go to the line. So Kiana Lee working her way underneath the rim and trying to get the job done. Does not quite make, so she'll go to the line. Kiana Lee, also a solid free throw shooter. She shoots at a 760 clip. Makes the front end. FMU has opened up a 9-point lead, so things were very back and forth here in the third quarter. Very well contested, but the Patriots have now opened their lead back up to double digits. They had a double-digit lead early in the second quarter. North Greenville erased that and even took the lead early in the third. Patriots now back to a 10-point lead. More perimeter work by North Greenville, trying to figure out their offense. 13 to go on the shot clock. Plenty of time for them to get work done. Kick it out to the three-point opportunity. It's going to be an inadvertent whistle was what I heard, but no whistle is called out on the floor. Rebound of the Patriots. Kiana Lee is going to take a wide-open tray. All three of these. Jasmine Stanley looks back at Kiana Lee and says, yeah, Kiana. Hey, I think the entire crowd is saying, yeah, Kiana. How about that stroke from her? We're going to get a timeout on the floor. Crusaders call the timeout, trying to stop a fantastic run from the Patriots. Patriots have a 56-43 lead. So we're going to stay here for this one. Want to let you know that FMU men's and women's basketball squads will be back in action tomorrow as they host Converse University. The Valkyrie visit tomorrow with the women's game tipping off at 2 o'clock, followed by the men's game at 4. FMU softball, like I mentioned earlier, will play at Augusta tomorrow at 1 before returning home to play Limestone for a doubleheader. The softball game on Sunday begins at 1 o'clock at the softball stadium in the Griffin Athletics Complex. So the Crusaders, after the timeout, are going to try to regroup and get things going. Patriots have again taken a big lead here. A strong third quarter from them results in a 13-point lead. FMU is up 56-43. Out at the point is Anicia Malone. Malone got hot early in the first quarter, late in the first quarter, knocked down a three-pointer, and then also knocked one down to finish the second. And it very out of balance work by Jada Richards. Missing the rebound, missing the putback was Jasmine Stanley, and these are makes that the Patriots need to come up with if they're going to finish strongly here in the third quarter and moving on into the fourth. So 2:03 to go in the third. Jasmine Stanley missing a point-blank lay-in. She's kind of trying to smile, laugh it off, and that's the only thing to do after a bad mistake is to shrug it off and get back to the free throws. Sure enough, Stanley, good work. She knocks down the first. Patriots hit free throw-wise on a 689 clip, so not too bad free throw shooting across the board, and 2 for 2 at the line is Stanley on that one. So a 15-point lead for the Patriots. Trying for the pass is North Greenville, trying to get that ball up and over to an otherwise open Zaria Jenkins. She would have made the lay-in if that pass would have been on the spot. Instead, it goes out of the reach of the long 6'1" forward from Crystal River, Florida. Possession back to the Patriots. Jump ball is going to be Jada Richards. She was going up to the rim, up against Talisha Walker. That ball was held by both players, so play stops. Possession error to the Patriots. Bring that ball into Janiyah Haygood. Slip it underneath, and kind of a lazy pass from the Patriots, trying to get that ball underneath to Jasmine Stanley, defender for North Greenville, wide open to handle things on the steal. North Greenville looking a little bit more energized. Anicia Malone really energized her North Greenville squad. She made a buzzer beater at the end of the second quarter to draw the team within one. Since then, the Patriots have really stormed out here in the third quarter. Patriots have a 24-10 lead here in the third. Make it 24-11 on the make from Anicia Malone. So a very back and forth evening. FMU with a 24-7 advantage in square one. Square two, 26-10 advantage is the Crusaders. Right now in quarter three, 24-10 the advantage back to FMU. So neither team taking in command in any one single quarter in a row. Anaya Oliver with possession. She's going to calmly bring the ball up and look for space. Scarlett Gilmore back into the game for the Patriots. Up, and another travel for Anaya Oliver. Oliver very frustrated with that call, but in my eyes right here, she did juggle those feet before trying to make her move to create a little bit more space before she can make her pass. North Greenville going to cycle around the perimeter. They have done that for most of this quarter and a good part of the second to slip it underneath to a falling down defender. Talisha Walker takes advantage and takes that ball to the rim. And I know that Jasmine Stanley says, how? But Jasmine Stanley was so out of balance that she's the one that got knocked down. Clearly she was not balanced on that one. In fact, instead, the call is going to be against Scarlett Gilmore. So Scarlett Gilmore with the foul, Jasmine Stanley did hit the deck. So Stanley was thinking it was a foul against her. But she was saying how because she was not contacted, though she did hit the deck. It was against Scarlett Gilmore. Trying for the end one play. Count it. Talisha Walker draws North Greenville to back within 10. Speaking of 10, Malaya Owens brings the ball in. And another missed pass. Kiana Lee just overshooting Janiyah Haygood. Possession back to the Crusaders. 48 seconds to go in the quarter. Patriots with a 10-point lead. Working the ball around the perimeter again is North Greenville. Crusaders more than content to work as much clock as they can. Driving the lane with no problem is Malone on the drive, and she gets the handles with the lefty stroke to go. So within 8 is the Crusaders. Shot clock and time clock are about the same, just about a second difference. That's going to go steal for North Greenville. 10 seconds to go. Crusaders looking to get the last shot. Haley Luttrell gives it up. And good balance and smart work, not rushing things, is Janiyah Haygood. She recognizes the amount of time she has, knows that she can calmly drive the rim. She knocks down the lay-in. Patriots, after 3, 60-50.
The Swan Fox Club is the fundraising arm of the Francis Marion University Athletic Department, and it supplies assistance to all 14 intercollegiate sports. On behalf of the student athletes at Francis Marion, I would like to thank all those who are members of the Swan Fox Club for their support.
Thank you.
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 Welcome back to the Smith University Center, where the Patriots hold a 60-50 lead. We are headed into the fourth quarter. It has certainly been a lopsided affair. I've mentioned it a couple times before, but I think it bears repeating. FMU with a 24-7 first quarter. North Greenville responds with a 26-10 quarter of their own. In the third, FMU 26-17. So the Patriots with a 10-point lead, looking to close things out here with only 10 minutes to go. Crusaders driving the hole and then kick it back out. North Greenville looking energized, very energized, but it's going to be Lauren Taylor back into the game. Lauren Taylor took a breather at the end of that third quarter to the tune of a Patriots 10-point lead. Taylor now back in the game. By far the Patriots' leading scorer. Taylor has, on the day, Taylor actually has 19 points. Three-point stroke is in and out. Patriots lucky to get away with that one. In and out is the three-point attempt from Abby Oates. She was wide open. So Oliver is going to get collected. Scarlett Gilmore showing screen, but really just moving her way over to the other side of the court. Three guards set for the Patriots. Gilmore with Kiana Lee, and also Anaya Oliver out on the floor. Mix in Janiyah Haygood, who is a guard, but she really plays like a long guard slash forward, almost playing the 3/4 out on the floor in this set, along with the 5 in Lauren Taylor. Morgan Vulpes back into the game for the Crusaders. Good screen work to create free space. I love that screen from Talisha Walker. Jada Glass takes advantage of that screen. Runs around and into the paint, knocks down the lay-in. Missed pass by the Patriots. That's 2 in a row from Kiana Lee. Can't quite find that high pass. That one out of the outstretched hands of Lauren Taylor. I think the Patriots pressing just a little bit. They've got time to get that ball underneath the rim, so they're not using the shot clock as much as they could to be patient enough to get that ball down underneath the rim cleanly. Talk about clean. How about a Talisha Walker lay-in? It's now a 6-point lead. Patriots led by 10 starting the quarter. Scarlett Gilmore with a missed 3. Rebound to Lauren Taylor. Lauren Taylor with wide open spaces there. After the rebound, no defender in sight. She lays it in for an easy 2. Vulpes motions for the screen. And now North Greenville really forcing that one. Again, more time on the clock than they thought they had, and the result was a bit of a rushed play. Both teams very much pressing right now in the third quarter. In the second and third, both squads were playing a little bit more loose, playing a little bit more free. Passes were a little bit cleaner. They were using a little bit more of the shot clock. Now both teams not using much shot clock, trying to get into their set maybe a little bit quicker than they are used to or comfortable with. The result has been a sloppy start to the fourth. We're going to go foul on the floor. That foul's against Morgan Vulpes. Pass to Kiana Lee. Lee looks one way, and then the miss on the pass to Jada Richards. Richards then pass to Gilmore. That pass goes out of bounds, so several turnovers unforced on the side of the Patriots. Result is that the Patriots, instead of opening up their lead with several opportunities, instead they are up by only 8. Working the perimeter is North Greenville. Now slip it underneath to number 25. Good work by number 25, Tabitha Littlefield. She goes up and over on the glass. That's going to be a Now it's a whistle on the side of the officials. The officials are going to go ahead and check the score, make sure that everything is right. It is, and we're back in action. Anaya Oliver looking to slow things down a little bit. Scarlett Gilmore with the handle here. Some screens underneath, trying to free up Lauren Taylor for a shot. Lots of good coverage on that side. Instead, the pass to Kiana Lee. Lee is going to drive the lane. She doesn't quite make it. Lauren Taylor with the rebound. Up and over for the Glasser is Lauren Taylor. So Lauren Taylor stacking the stat sheet. Already 23 points today. She is in double digits. She's got 19 rebounds to go along with 23 points. So she's approaching a 20-20. Unbelievable numbers from Lauren Taylor, leading the way for the Patriots today. Going up on the glass is Tabitha Littlefield. She is going to draw the foul. And that's just what North Greenville needs or would be a foul, stopping the clock, allowing for free throw opportunities. And they're going to call it a non-shooting foul. Now that's a bit of a surprise to me. It looked like they were going on it looked like Tabitha Littlefield was going to the rim and had progress toward the rim on her shot, but instead they're going to call that foul. On the floor, inbound is the Crusaders. Back to perimeter work is the Crusaders, looking for that mid-range jumper. No go is Jada Glass on the field goal attempt. Now Oliver's going to slowly bring things up. She's going to get her call from Coach Jerry Porter. They're going to take a little bit of the air out of it, trying to calmly work that ball underneath, looking for a better shot and a better pass. This time they do, and that's the shot from Jada Richards. That ball is rebounded by North Greenville. Jakaya Bell with the miss. Jakaya Bell with a hot start. The Dillon, South Carolina native. Jakaya Bell is one of the team leaders for the Crusaders. She has 11 points on the day. She's got 11 points along with 11 from Talisha Walker. 11 and 11 are the scoring leaders for North Greenville. And Oliver brings it up. She is between the circles. She'll give it up to Scarlett Gilmore. I like the patience now from the Patriots. They were trying to work the ball just a little bit too fast earlier on. How about the elbow stroke from Lauren Taylor? Lauren Taylor, whatever she touches turns to gold. Lauren Taylor now with 25 on the day. Crossover work is number 21, Anicia Moore. And then that pass to Haley Luttrell. So Oates and Walker enter the game for North Greenville, and the Patriots maintain that 10-point lead. And again, slowing things down, looking for a better shot are the Patriots. First 2 or 3 minutes of this quarter, they were rushing their shots, not waiting for a good opportunity. There's a good one. How about the three? All three of these from Jada Richards. And that's what I call waiting for your shot. They hadn't been doing that earlier on in the quarter, but instead now good ball movement on the side of the Patriots to the pass. Jada Richards knocks down the tray. Patriots open up a 13-point lead. Pats lead 69-56.
The world is changing, and Francis Marion University is leading the way as it prepares the young men and women for the future. We've added 5 new classroom buildings and 13 new academic programs in the past 6 years, and more are on the way. We're preparing to build a new environmental research center. We're expanding programs in engineering, business, education, healthcare, and the arts and sciences, and we're adding new fields when they're needed. When tomorrow comes, we'll be ready. Best of all, our students will too.
And we're at the media timeout in quarter number 4. Patriots have opened up a 13-point lead. And for the Patriots, it's really been, the story of the game has really been Lauren Taylor most of the game. Lauren Taylor with a double-double of double-doubles. She has 21 rebounds to go along with 25 points, leading the way for Francis Marion. Count the prowess of number 25, Kiana Lee, kicking in 14 points, and you've got the Patriots ahead, 69-56. Like that rebounding work offensive, and it's a balanced rebounding effort from Lauren Taylor. 10 offensive rebounds to go with 11 defensive rebounds. So we're getting ready to get back in action, and Coach Jerry Porter is consulting quickly with the officials. And the Crusaders are going to go ahead and get back to it, and they better get back to things quickly. With 4:48 to go, the Patriots have a nice 13-point lead here. So more perimeter work. No need to press it are the Crusaders doing what they've been doing all game. Try the three-point attempt. And then the foul. It's going to be a foul against Kiana Lee. Kiana Lee did show up the official on that one. So Kiana Lee was called for the foul. She turned and she showed her shoulders. And unfortunately, that's going to be a technical foul against Kiana Lee. So Kiana Lee having otherwise a very good game, but there are certain things you cannot do out on the floor without getting that tee-up call. So at the line for the technical foul opportunity is Jaikia Bell. So FMU 69-56 is the lead. And Kiana Lee, as the fans are saying, is that Kiana Lee does have to chill out there, and she has to relax and just get back to it. She's been a key cog. You heard me mention her. She is the second leading scorer for the Patriots, so she definitely needs to stay strong here for the Patriots to maintain this lead and take care of business in Conference Carolinas play. Lee also is the second assists getter for the Patriots. She's got 5 on the day to Anaya Oliver's 8. So that's the third free throw. Yep, and it's a foul and a technical, so 3 out of 4 scores on that, plus possession. So, boy, just what North Greenville wanted it. So a critical mistake on the side of Kiana Lee and the Patriots to draw that foul. That brings the Crusaders to within 10. Steal from Jada Richards. Kiana Lee slows things down, and I like that composure. Instead of going to the rim out of frustration, she slows things down. She has that composure after that tee called against her. Really like that decision by Kiana Lee. And it results in a score from Scarlett Gilmore. Gilmore finally gets hot from 3, all 3 of these, a three-pointer for her, 72-59 for the Patriots. Up and now, driving the lane, Jaikia Bell. Jaikia Bell gets underneath the rim, knocks it down. So great answer by her. Great answer by her, and that's going to be a called foul against Scarlett Gilmore. Oh, pardon me. That's going to be a foul against Jada Richards. So Richards with her 4th foul with 4 minutes to go. North Greenville sticking around here. Patriots really just need to continue to stick with their play set. Their play set is to take a little time off the clock, find a good opportunity, find a pass, which they have done for most of this game if they have used the shot clock smartly. They sure did on this one. Kiana Lee with the three-pointer. How about 3 points? All 3 of these for Kiana Lee. And Lee has an answer for her coach, Jerry Porter. She says, hey, I got the technical against, so I'm going to go ahead and make it up with that three-pointer. She did it, and she did it smartly with the wide-open tray. Rebounding work by the Patriots, also by the Crusaders. Players on the floor. Very contested is the call. It's going to be a call against Anaya Oliver. Now, I like the composure from Anaya Oliver. She's just going to walk away. She's laughing it off. And now that's a little bit better way to handle things when a foul goes against you that you don't like. Now, I think a foul was the appropriate call there. May not be the one that the Patriots like. However, I do appreciate the collegiality from Anaya Oliver. Instead of testing the officials with a possible technical decision, she just hands the ball to the official and gets on with things. And count 2 free throws for Haley Luttrell. Back at it is Anaya Oliver. Slowly handling things and working that shot clock, which is just what they should be doing here with an advantage in the 4th quarter, waiting for the possession to work its way out. Their half-court offense has been smart. How about that one? The putback from Lauren Taylor. So Lauren Taylor misses, gets her own rebound, and finishes things off. It's a 77-64 lead. Lauren Taylor lighting up the scorebook with 27 points on the day. Luttrell's going to back her way into the rim, makes her way all the way in, and she's complaining to the official, but instead that's going to mean numbers for the Patriots. Smartly done by Anaya Oliver, slowing things down. 2:37 to go here in the fourth quarter. The Patriots with a 13-point lead. Looking to stop a skid, which has seen them lose 3 of the last 4. How about all 3 of these for Kiana Lee? She turns, pumped up. She has jacked up 2 3-pointers made by Kiana Lee in a row in 2 possessions. 80-64. The Patriots have a commanding lead with 2 minutes and 8 seconds to go. Backing in is Luttrell. Luttrell continues to back in, and she loses her balance, but it's going to be a foul against Jada Richards with the foul against her. Pardon me, it's going to be Anaya Oliver is going to get called with that foul. So that's going to put Haley Luttrell at the charity stripe, and that's just what North Greenville wants. They're down by 16, so stopping the clock with an opportunity for points here is just what the Crusaders need to try to get back into things. And you see Luttrell with the back lean as she willed the ball to fall down for the first free throw of 2. This time it's good. Patriots are going to continue to slow things down. We are down to 2 minutes to go in the fourth. Patriots with a 14-point lead. Anaya Oliver is going to use that clock until she sees a good possession, a good opportunity. Good handles by Anaya Oliver. More than willing to use that clock. Gets the ball down to the very efficient Lauren Taylor. That ball rims out, but I like that opportunity for Lauren Taylor. Worked that shot clock, took about 12 seconds off of it. Luttrell's going to go down the baseline, but she does step out of bounds. So with 1:36 to go, 80-66. Patriots with a commanding lead. Anaya Oliver bringing the ball up down the sideline. Oliver's going to continue to handle the ball, and it's going to be a foul against. That's a foul against Jakia Bell, and I think that's the right idea for Bell. They've got to stop that clock with 1:22 to go. 14-point lead. A stopped clock means good things for the Crusaders. Jada Richards handles the ball. She got caught in between, so she kind of chuckled, thinking about taking the ball within the half court and then taking it behind the half court. That would have been an over and back. Instead, slip it underneath to Lauren Taylor. Lauren Taylor with an outstanding day. 29 points on the day. We are down to 1 minute to go. 18-point advantage. It's the biggest advantage the Patriots have had all day, and they have it with a minute to go. Off the rim is the attempt from Jada Glass. And with 52 seconds to go, the Patriots are going to look to salt this clock away and salt this time away. And the Crusaders have pretty much given up with the notion of fouling or stopping the clock. So this is really about the Patriots slowing things down, eating up clock with a significant advantage. Scarlett Gilmore has to pass up a tantalizing opportunity, normally one of her best shots. And getting the pass is Lauren Taylor. Taylor handles things. Using the shot clock is the Patriots. Patriots Kiana Lee will throw the ball up, attempt that three-pointer, and with 20 seconds to go, the Patriots are looking good here with a commanding 16-point lead. Steal from Jada Richards. Jada Richards, I like that class from Jada Richards. Instead of driving to the rim, she's going to dribble it out, and the Patriots are going to be victorious. 3, 2, 1, and the Patriots victorious 82-66. Excellent work by the Francis Marion University Patriots. They open up a lead, a 22-16 fourth quarter advantage after a 26-17 third quarter. The result is a 48-point second half for the Patriots. Okay, so let's recap this. We got to give a lot of credit to North Greenville. Great effort early, 15 points for Bell. Leads the way for North Greenville, but it was all Patriots all day. It started and stopped with the double-double from Lauren Taylor. 29 points to go along with 23 outstanding rebounds. Lauren Taylor, easily your Francis Marion player of the game. Patriots take this one 82-66. Please catch us tomorrow when FMU women's basketball comes back and hosts the Converse Valkyrie. The women's game starts at 2 o'clock, but if you stick around in about a half an hour, men's basketball here at the FMU Smith University Center, where the men's Crusaders squad is going to face off against FMU. Signing off here, we'll come back in about 25 minutes for the men's game. Closing things out, FMU women's basketball victorious 82-66.